Hello, my friends, and welcome back for my fourth installment of my Beautiful English Words series. Over the last 3 weeks, I've presented a new video to you each week, providing you a small selection of 3, 4, 5 words that are considered very beautiful in the English language because they have a very nice sound to them or the words express a beautiful idea. And this week I have selected a group of 5 words to discuss today. The first is the word sumptuous. Now, sumptuous describes something that is very rich, magnificent, perhaps luxurious, and it is such a strong word that it is only used to describe things that we enjoy to the fullest extent and that we find to be exceptionally fine. It can be used to describe anything. You might describe a person as sumptuous. You may even describe your favorite blanket as sumptuous. I am most likely to use the word when I'm describing food. If I'm in an expensive restaurant and the chef brings me a chocolate cake, for example, and the icing is thick and moist and delicious, and when I put it in my mouth, I may say, "Oh, God, that's just sumptuous." Or there's one woman in this world who I might be willing to ascribe the word sumptuous. Miss Sofia Vergara, if you are watching, you are sumptuous. Moving on. Okay. The second word I want to offer you today is the word angst. Now, I'm actually not sure why angst has been included on multiple lists that I have researched as being one of the most beautiful words, because angst doesn't really sound beautiful to me, and the emotion that it describes is certainly not beautiful, at least in my opinion. So, angst is a prevailing sense of anxiety and worry and distress. If a man loses his job suddenly one day, he is probably going to be filled with angst because now he is thinking, oh my gosh, how am I going to pay my rent? How am I going to afford my child's school? How am I going to keep buying food for my family? What am I going to do with my time? You will see angst, stress, big veins popping out in the head, maybe red skin. This is a feeling of torture to truly have angst. Now, moving on to something that both sounds beautiful and is beautiful, and that is the word aesthete. So, according to the Merriam-Webster dictionary, an aesthete is a person who has a particular sensitivity to things that are beautiful, especially in art. If you're the kind of person who cries when they see a particularly beautiful painting or when they hear one of the great Italian arias from a beautiful opera, you may be considered an aesthete. I think I'm a bit of an aesthete sometimes. I mean, there are truly beautiful art in all forms does elicit an emotional response from me, and I appreciate art in all of its forms so much. And the next word I want to provide for you today is a word that I have heard before. It's most certainly not used frequently, and I would venture to say that most English speakers do not know this word. So that's why I think it's particularly cool to teach it to you today. And the word is nadir. Now, nadir started as an astronomical term when we're describing certain constellations and phenomena in space. But now it's become a more colloquial meaning. And nadir basically means the low point, especially when we're talking philosophically. The opposite of nadir is zenith. So zenith is the high point. When someone is successful and healthy and happy, they are at the zenith of their life, the zenith of their career. And then the opposite is the nadir, the low point. So say we're talking about a very famous actor. We may say that at the zenith of his career, he was earning $25 million per film. But after appearing in a few movies that were complete disasters at the box office and were just really bad films, now he is at the nadir of his career, and he doesn't make much money at all when he makes a film, and he's not getting many offers. So I've used this word zenith a few times now. That's the opposite of nadir. So I'm going to be sure to include the spelling for both of these words, the nadir and the zenith. I'm going to provide both of those for you here on the screen. And I got to make a split decision here. I was debating between two words that I was going to offer to you as the final word for today. The first option was miraculous, and the second option was lassitude. And I'm going to choose in this moment to go with lassitude, because I think miraculous is probably a bit more common, and many of you already know the word miraculous and understand its meanings. But lassitude is a bit more rare and does sound very beautiful. I like saying it, lassitude. So lassitude is when you are suffering from a lack of energy. It's a way of describing your tiredness. And this can be physical energy or mental, emotional, or all of the above. But lassitude. If you are suffering from lassitude, maybe saying the word lassitude will lift your spirits, because it's just a lovely word to say. As always, I thank you so much for your attention and for taking the time to watch my videos. Please be sure to subscribe, like, comment, share, interact in as many ways as possible. It really does help me, and it is my pleasure to help you and offer you these English lessons. So peace and blessings, my friends, and I'll have more words for you next time.